pretty typical first exhibition game. I thought our young players struggled a little bit and probably didn't play as well as they've been playing in practice, but our older guys did well. I thought Amir and Tevin and Kern, guys that have played 75 games, this was another game for them, and they were very relaxed. And I thought Amir warmed into the game. He probably didn't start as well as he would like, but I thought he really settled in and kind of, as you would expect, our defense was pretty good tonight, probably a little bit ahead of our offense. We just turned it over a little too much and probably got sped up with young players a little bit.
Coach, was there maybe more urgency with this game than a typical exhibition game, just the fact that you start with Virginia Tech less than a week and maybe not experiment as much as you normally would?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. We were going to play everybody and try to get almost, the 10 guys that on scholarship playing, all of them about 10 minutes at least. So we were going to definitely do that. But a little bit, just in terms of, the quick turnaround with a conference game. But, we take them all relatively serious. We probably do, in some of these games, we probably do sub a little bit more, try a few different lineups, maybe tinker with some things that we might not do in a real game. But for the most part, this was just kind of a straight-up game that we played.
What do you think of Kayvon, considering, he just got cleared today? How did you think he played?
I thought he was fine. He's just one of those guys that he's a versatile player. He can play a lot of different positions. He's got size and length, handles the ball well, can defend multiple positions, so he can play with a lot of different people. And, I think he's, we all just got to remember that the guy really didn't do much last year. He had a very serious leg injury and just hasn't had that much time. And to be honest with you, has had to really work hard with Coach Bewley to get himself in shape and to kind of get his leg back to where it's, a little more healthy, to be honest.
Seems like Kern really just picked up where he left off in Naples over the summer.
Yeah, I thought he played well, and he's been up and down in practice. He hasn't played nearly as consistently as I would like, but I thought he played well tonight. I thought he was efficient. He's a guy that we moved around to some different places too. He's played 1, 2, and 3 throughout the game, and I thought he just played with good poise. He took shots that were there. He wasn't out of control, and he was better defensively, which was good to see as well.
You play him at 2 mainly when Chase is at the point?
Yes, we did, and those guys have both worked as some backup point with Nick's situation the way it is.
Amir, for you, what do you think about the game tonight, and you think you guys are ready for next week now?
I think going into next week, we kind of got a good vision of what we want to get to after this game, especially. I think once we watch film and kind of figure out our pros and cons of the game, I think we'll have a good look at going forward, what we want to do for next week. I mean, it felt good to get back out there with the guys, and it was kind of good for us to kind of get that in-game feeling of playing at home in front of our crowd, in front of fans, and everybody kind of get their feet wet and kind of have an understanding of what it feels like to play in Little John. And I think as a freshman, for me, it was kind of nerve-wracking. So to see our freshmen kind of do the same thing, you kind of know, like, all right, after this game, they'll probably be more comfortable next game going into it. It's a big game. Every game is a big game. It's the ACC to start. But I think going into next week will be pretty good once we watch film and learn from our mistakes and just apply those to next game on how not to do that.
How weird is it to open a season against a conference opponent?
This is my first time, so I'm really excited. They have a new team. We have a new team, so it'll be pretty kind of interesting to see how that goes. I think we're all excited to get out there and play and just get out there and be ready to compete.
How much of a game changer do you think it is, Amir, the news about Kayvon today and having him in the front court with you?
Oh, it's great news for our team. It's kind of like it makes it stressful a little bit more and kind of space out the court. It makes us even more versatile because Kayvon can play the 3, 4, and occasionally if it's a smaller lineup, he could be at the 5 like he was tonight occasionally. So, I mean, for us, it's really big news. It gives us that space that we need on the court and kind of gives the defense kind of more of a problem to match up 1 through 5. So, great news for us.
Brad, did you ever think, were y'all guys nervous, wondering if you're going to get Kayvon or not for this season?
Yeah, obviously we've been apprehensive about all of it. don't get them both, but certainly, you know, pleased to get one. And it's you know, it's been a little bit hard for us. There's no, you know, we've got two good players that have torn ACLs and aren't going to be back for a while, and you know, you want more than, you know, 9 scholarship guys out there, not only for games, but just practicing every day so you can compete and get better. You know, we've had to be a little bit careful in practice. We've probably gone more against scout team this year than we have good on good, and because of the fear of injury and just wearing the 9 guys that we have out. And so that's, you know, I think that's okay sometimes, but also with a younger team, I think it's less than ideal. I think you'd rather have your best players playing against each other, depth fighting against each other in practice. I think guys improve better, but you know, that's just not a luxury we have right now. So we've got to figure out other ways to kind of improve and be efficient in our practices.
Amir, you had a little bit of experience with the new 3-point distance in the NIT last year, and then again in Naples. So you feel pretty comfortable shooting from that distance?
Most definitely. I think having that opportunity in NIT and then to follow into the World University games, it gave me kind of a head start on, or our team a head start on most people. And it is challenging because that little bit of difference, that little bit of space does make a difference. And once you get used to it, it's kind of easier to shoot. But like if you're not really used to that, or you have trouble getting the ball up, it's kind of hard to adjust to it. But I think having that much time to work with it has definitely helped me kind of adjust ahead of everyone else.
All good?